What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You're tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, when y'all come in the building, jump in the comments. Let me know you're in the building. Smash on the like button. And we cooking today. We in the building. It's Sunday. You know, let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Hell of a fight last night. We didn't have too much action, but the fight that we did have, I enjoyed it. It wasn't the outcome I wanted to see, but hey, it is what it is. Toney Harrison, he gave his best, and it was a great fight. It was a great fight while it lasted, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some more things that's going on in boxing. So, like I said, as you come in the building, smash the like button, jump in the comments, let me know you're in the building, and let's cook. Yeah. No evidence. What's happening with it? Southwest Dice, what it do? AJ64, what's happening with it? Yusef. Taylor, what's happening with it? Yeah. I didn't get to cook with y'all on Friday, so we here. It's Sunday, we here, and let's talk about it. So, like I said, as they bring more people in, we getting the notifications. Hopefully, they get my notifications out. Most likely, they won't. Only a little bit, but we here. We finna cook. Definitely. Yeah. We got Benavidez and Plant right around the corner. Can't wait. I can't wait for that one. You know what I'm saying? That shit finna be a banger. My man Mark Q, what it do? Gertz in the building. James Blackwell, what's happening with it? Let me see. Sick one. A1 Hoops on in the building. What it do? William Old School, what's happening with it? Mr. Holmes, what's happening with it? Charlie Brown, what it do? Mr. De La Cruz, what's happening with it? Yes, sir. So let's talk about what we got going on in the sport of boxing. I continue to say 2023 is looking very promising with or without Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't think that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight gonna happen. You got so many conflicting stories, but what's real? Only thing we need to know is if Terrence Crawford is bluffing or if he really wants to fight. So, you know what I'm saying? 2023 is looking promising with or without EJ and Terrence Crawford fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's talk about it. Jay Cooley, Arkansas in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Yes, sir. But Keith Johnson, what's happening with it? Yeah, man. Like I said last night, man, I enjoyed that fight. I really enjoyed that fight. Them tickets. Let's talk about the ticket sales with the Gervonta Davis fight. Like, that shit is crazy. Them tickets on the floor, they say it's selling for 35,000 plus. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do know one thing is that you couldn't get no tickets. Like, I went on there. First of all, I went on there to try on the pre-sale first. The night of the pre-sale, I went on there and I couldn't get in there. They thought they were slick, right? Because they gave the wrong pre-sale. The pre-sale code that they gave at the press conference, it wasn't it. I think Brian Custer gave the pre-sale code to boxing. That wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't it. You feel me? PLG Scott, nobody hates. Nobody is hating on Gervonta Davis as far as what he can sell. I don't think that's an issue unless you listen to, you know what I'm saying, dead ass Rick Glazier. Who the hell in here listen to Rick Glazier? Only ones that's ever hated on Gervonta Davis on what he do as far as the numbers is Rick Glazier and the people that follow him. Other than that, the issue that people got with Tank, if they have an issue with him, it's not about, you know what I'm saying, his star power. Everybody know that Gervonta Davis is a star in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? When you compare him to the other top fighters in the sport of boxing, he's definitely a star. I say that Gervonta Davis is right there under Canelo Alvarez. And yeah, you know, I mean, a lot of people might argue that Gervonta Davis might be bigger than Errol Spence now. But see, the reason Errol Spence could have been a lot bigger than he is now, right? Let's keep it 100, because Errol Spence, he was doing, he probably still do bigger pay-per-views as far as the numbers than Tank and all these other dudes. But you know, besides Canelo. But I mean, Errol Spence could be a lot bigger than what he is now. It's just he don't really want the fame like that. He just want his bread. But he just want a big bag, right? He want to have great fights against the best, solidify his legacy, and get a big bag. He really don't want the recognition and the fame like that. You know what I'm talking about? But what a lot of these fighters got to understand, even though you don't want the fame, the money come with the fame. You know what I'm saying? The money come with the fame. The more famous you are, the more you do in the media, the more you do on social media nowadays, is the bigger you gonna get. And Gervonta Davis, he do a lot more on social media, right? Going back and forth, you know, just being on the scene and things like that. That's, you know, like I said, that's getting him bigger and bigger. Because it definitely ain't who he fought. It's definitely not the opponents that he fought that's making him big like that, you know. And you gotta, and a lot of that is due to Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, the way they promoted him. You know what I'm saying? Michael Ray, what's happening with it? Trayshawn Edwards, what did he do? No, I know you wasn't talking about me, PLG Scott. Ski, I know you weren't talking about me, but I'm just saying in general, you know, the gripe that people have with Gervonta Davis, some people will tell you that his resume. Other people will tell you, you know what I'm saying, just things that he's done, you know what I'm saying, like saying that he ain't never went to Floyd and Leonard and asking them for the big fights. It's just things that people can look at Tank and have complaints about, right? Mostly so like the opponents that he's fought throughout his career. That's what most people have. When they say anything about Gervonta Davis, that's what most people say, you know, before all of this rehydration clause shit, before any of that. But as far as his star power, like I said, can't nobody say nothing about his star power unless you a clown and you following, you know, cats like Rick Glazier and shit. But yeah, you know, that fight, I knew Ultraman was happening with it, right? I knew this Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight was gonna be hella big. I knew it. I told people the ticket prices was gonna go through the roof, but I more so told people, right? When you go back when we all thought that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was gonna fight. You feel me? When we all thought that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was gonna fight, I kept telling people, I said, these tickets is gonna be outrageous. The ticket prices is gonna be outrageous, right? So imagine, right? Imagine what the ticket prices are gonna be for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Imagine what those ticket prices are gonna be, because Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, right? That's kind of a big fight organically on its own. because you got the casual fans that don't know shit about boxing that want to see that fight just because of just because of these two guys being known in the hip hop community, as far as Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia being known, on TikTok and Instagram, and just all of that going in one. You got people that don't know shit about a boxing that want to see that fight, that are paid to see that fight, right? You got people that love boxing that's gonna pay to see that fight. So you got, two whole entirely different fan bases that's gonna be in that arena and that's gonna pay to see that fight on pay-per-view. As far as Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, you pretty much got the same fan base. So imagine what the ticket prices were gonna be if they had a fault, or if what the ticket price is gonna be if they ever fought. They're not catering towards the fan. They're not catering towards the fan, the everyday fan. They catering to the people that, the superstars. Telling the fan, a everyday fan, that if you want to sit on the floor, you got to pay $35,000. Who the fuck, what type of average fan is going to be able to pay that? My man, Ultraman, salute to you, man. I appreciate you coming through. And my man, James Kelly in the building, always support, man. He said, just touching base with you, good brother. You good. Yes, good fight last night. And thought that in case, I believe Charlo will beat Tszyu. Yeah, we definitely going to talk about that, And y'all get the likes up, if you do me a favor and get the likes up. So I appreciate everybody that's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button. Get the likes up if you can. FX_1. I mean, I'm not worried about that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes is nobodies to me. I mean, they nobodies. You feel what I'm saying? Good luck to them. I don't address nobodies. Sheena, what's going on? Salute to you, Queen. But yeah, so man, it's crazy how it's crazy the ticket prices, but it don't surprise me because we used to see the same type of ticket prices when Floyd Mayweather was active. You feel me? When Floyd Mayweather was active, we saw the same type of ticket prices. Now, like I said, I tried to go in there, and I'm not finna lie to y'all. I'm not really interested in going to the Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fight that I'm like, I gotta go to. But I did want to get a floor ticket and resell that bitch. I was gonna go on there. Chill out, man. Dang, man. I was gonna go in there. I was gonna go and buy a floor seat, when they first came out, and I'm gonna resell it just like everybody else doing. Shit, I'm trying to get, I'm saying? Shit, I'm trying to get 15, 20 bands off reselling the ticket just like everybody else that's doing it. But I couldn't get it. I couldn't get the ticket. And so, what happens is you got these ticket scalpers. They got access before anybody does. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. Okay, okay. But yeah, I want to get a ticket to resell the ticket. Cause see what people are doing, right? The reason why it's like sold out, it ain't fans that's buying those tickets. It's tickets, like the ticket resale places, right? They buy all the tickets up, they jack the price up, and then you got to go to the resale market to buy a ticket. And that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Once they get their hands on it, you don't have no choice. If you want to go to the fight like that, you don't have no choice. But to buy the resale ticket. What can you do? Yeah, bro. Michael Ray, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I gonna talk about some nobodies? You know what I'm saying? That's why they over there doing. I mean, they want me to talk about them. I'm not finna talk about them nobodies, them bum ass niggas. My man Warriors Boxing LLC said, I know that Thursday, if I'm going, I got my bid in for some. He said, I got my bid in for some, but it's not a strong one. Mac World Media, what's happening with it? Salute. Leon Robinson, what's happening with it? Man, if this little boy, man. Soon as I get on the live stream, he want to get to acting up. But Troy Moore said, you bet you find these on Groupon. I know you trolling, dog. You definitely not finna find these tickets on Groupon at all. Oh, hold on, right? Y'all, I apologize. Hold on. I got to get some things straight right now. We got to get a little straightening in here right now. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. My bad, y'all. We back. My man said you want to be excited. Yeah, bro. Them tickets ain't them. Them Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia tickets definitely ain't finna be on no Groupon. You forget about that. Warriors LLC said the casino buy a lot of them for high-end clients, and they can't get rid of them. He says all in luck. I know about that, dog. I know the casino do that, but they not gonna have no problem getting rid of these tickets for their high-end, for their high rollers. Yeah, I know about all that, but you gotta understand, right? Because I used to be a high roller. I don't gamble like that at casinos no more. But I used to do that shit, right? And when it's huge fights like this, they're not giving you no tickets. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, you might get one ticket and they not on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? Now, like when Mayweather used to fight back then, when he was at his peak, we wasn't getting no tickets like that for Mayweather. You might get one ticket and it was whatever they could find to give you. So it ain't what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Not with fights like this. With fights like this, it ain't happening. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't happening. They ain't like I said, the big high rollers, they'll get it. They'll be able to get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? If they keep fucking with their hostess, they continue to stay on their hostess about it, and they'll, you know what I'm saying, eventually be able to come up with a ticket. But they're not giving two away, and they're not. It's gonna be like whatever they can find. You know what I'm saying? So with this, it ain't happening. The ticket prices. I mean, the tickets are in too high of demand. My man James Kelly says, K, like it when you said hold. He says, K, I like it when you said hold up to us. That was one of those wait until I get off the phone hold ups. He said, in other words, somebody not going to be able to sit down for a while scenario. Now I had to, you know, my little man hard-headed, so I had to put him in the other room, you know, but his sister went in there with him and they watching cartoons because they was in the living room right here and he just want to act up because he can see me on this live stream. But yeah. Oh man, all four of Tony Harrison losses has all been late round knockouts. Yeah, that's a fact. But when we're gonna talk about that, but man, let's talk about the Tony Harrison. Y'all smash the like button. And appreciate to my man James Kelly always supporting the channel. Y'all smash the like button, get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? We got 130 people in the building. If you could smash the like button, get the likes all the way up, you know, I highly appreciate it. But as far as the fight last night, man, I enjoyed that fight last night between Tony and Tszyu. Now, it didn't go like I thought it was gonna go. Didn't go like I thought it was gonna go. It went like Money Brown thought it was gonna go. Money Brown kept telling me Tszyu was gonna stop him. I got Tszyu stopping Tony Harrison. And I said, man, hell no. I don't think Tszyu gonna stop him. I thought the fight was gonna go the distance. I thought Tony Harrison was gonna outbox him and maybe get robbed, right? And maybe it's because I just wanted Tony Harrison to win so bad. Maybe that's what it was. Because like I told y'all before when I talked about this fight, I said I'm gonna pick Tony Harrison, but I wouldn't bet on it. You feel me? I wouldn't bet on it. But Tony Harrison, he had a lot of holes in his game. And, you know, shout out to Tszyu for being able to exploit him. KG Alexander says, salute my dog. He says, big key, salute to everybody in chat and hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. And that's a fact. Now, Tony Harrison, he came out moving, popping the jab, doubling the jab up, tripling the jab up. But one thing I noticed from the very beginning, and Aisha, salute to you, Queen. Sheena is in the building. Salute, Queen Sheena. Alden, what's happening with it? Everybody that I missed, salute to everybody in the chat. One thing that I noticed, right, is I said, damn, this is a small ass ring. Because you could tell every time Tony Harrison took 2 steps back, he was already at the ropes. So I noticed I said, this is a little ass ring they got him fighting in. You know what I'm saying? Right off the bat, I said, this ring is small. And then later on, the commentators, they said that they was fighting in a very small ring. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Because Tony Harrison take 2 steps back, he already on the ropes. Tony Harrison, what he wasn't doing is what he was doing in the Sergio Garcia fight, because in the Sergio Garcia fight, he was on the ropes, but he was using lateral movement and he wouldn't stay on the ropes for a long time. In this fight, he was going straight back in a straight line. Wasn't hard to find Tony Harrison because he wasn't using no angles. Harrison wasn't using his footwork like he should have been. He wasn't using no angles, right? At all. And I'm like, why isn't Tony Harrison using his angles? You know, so he was going straight back in a straight line, 2 steps back, and he on the ropes. And now he's fighting off the ropes. And he can fight off the ropes pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But you don't, that's where he didn't want to be. You want to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. Now, it's crazy though, because I'm looking at the fight and I'm looking at the flaws that Tony Harrison has, and Tszyu was exploiting all those flaws, right? For one, Tony Harrison he was trying to use his reflexes for defense. He's been in a lot of wars. He's 32 years old, which ain't that old, but you shouldn't be trying to use your reflexes for defense, because he was keeping his left hand down very, very low. He's shooting his left hand from damn near the waist, right? He popping his left hand from the waist, and then he keeping his left hand down, way down here. His right hand is cool, but he keeping his left hand way down here. And all Tim was doing was just, you know what I'm saying, he was countering Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison kept dropping his hands low, and Tszyu was countering him. Now, where Tszyu surprised me is his hands, right? His counter shots was a lot faster than I thought they was. Because he was pretty much countering Tony Harrison at will. He was every time Tony Harrison tried to catch Tszyu to the body, Tszyu would counter him with an uppercut. He got a very, very nice, quick uppercut, right? And his hands was a lot faster countering Tony Harrison shots than I thought they was going to be. And, you know, we all know that Tszyu, well, for the people that do know Tszyu, he's relentless. He's a come-forward fighter that's very relentless. He don't have the best defense. And you saw that Tszyu don't have very good defense because Tony Harrison was popping Tszyu at will with the jab. But Tony Harrison wasn't letting his right hand go. And I'm looking, you know what I'm saying, we damn near to the 6th round, and I'm like, this man ain't really threw no right hands. Then when he did start throwing the right hand, you seeing Tszyu counter him at will. So Tony Harrison, right, and I'm looking at, right, when Tony Harrison is not on the ropes, I'm like, okay, man, at mid-range, who's winning the battle? Tszyu was hitting Tony Harrison with big-ass shots all throughout the night at mid-range. So I'm like, he ain't winning the mid-range battle, right? But Tony Harrison changed the game plan. I forgot what round it was, and he started fighting Tszyu on the inside. He was nose to nose with Tszyu, fighting Tszyu on the inside. Remember the round that he slipped on the water? They was going at it on the inside. And he was beating Tszyu ass on the inside. Mid-range wasn't working for him, right? He couldn't really box him on the outside because he's boxing off the back foot, and he wasn't using his angle, so 2 steps back, and he already on the ropes, so that wasn't working. So I said, man, he done found some shit. They nose to nose on the inside, and he's exploiting that Tszyu can't fight that well on the inside. And he was beating Tszyu ass on the inside. And I said, all right, Tony finally done found some shit. He needs to stay on it. He needs to smother Tszyu and fight him on the inside. Smother him and fight him on the inside. He slips on the water. He falls. He get back up. And he go back to doing the same thing that he was doing the whole fight that wasn't working for him. And that's where he failed at, because he finally had found something that was going to work for him, that was going to give him a victory. Close the distance, right? Smother Tszyu on the inside and make him fight on the inside. And he didn't do that. Another thing that Toney Harrison didn't do, he didn't hold not one time. He didn't grab Tszyu not one time to make him reset. You're supposed to jab, jab, double jab, triple jab, and then grab Tszyu and make him reset. Right? Do that and then fight him on the inside also and smother him. That's what was working for you. And he didn't, the grabbing Tszyu and making him reset, he didn't even try that the whole fight. So, with that being said, you got to take your hat off to Tszyu, right? I don't know what the fuck them judges was talking about, because after 8 rounds, I had to fight 4 rounds to 4. But with that being said, I had it tied up after 8 rounds, right? But with that being said, I knew that Tszyu, it was a matter of time before Tszyu stopped him. I knew it was a matter of time before Tszyu stopped him, because I could feel it. Tszyu, you could just see and feel how he was controlling the ring. And every time he hit Toney Harrison with some big shit, Toney Harrison reacted like that shit hurt, right? The reaction that Toney Harrison was giving, right? And then when Toney Harrison was hitting Tszyu, he was pretty much only using his jab. He wasn't really letting his right hand go. And Tszyu continued to just come straight forward and walk through that shit. I think that Toney Harrison, he still had the ability to pull that fight out. He just fought the wrong fight. Once you realize that Tszyu can't fight in the inside, you stick to that. But one reason I think that Toney Harrison couldn't stick to that, because for some reason his gas tank ain't there. And the 9th round is his kryptonite. Motherfucker always get knocked out in the 9th or 10th round. That's his kryptonite. I don't know what it is about the 9th and 10th round that Toney Harrison he just gasses out. And his game plan go out the window, and that it's a wrap. But we got to keep it 100. I think Tszyu was doing a lot better. Tszyu fought Toney Harrison better than anybody I've seen him do. Real talk, because we know that usually Toney Harrison is pretty much winning the fight before he get knocked out. This fight, I had a draw, but I just seen that Toney Harrison was like, I could tell that Tszyu, it was only a matter of time before Tszyu stopped him. I was telling my lady, I said, because we watching the fight together, and I said, this is probably about the 7th round, 8th round. I said, Tszyu gonna stop him. I said, I could tell that Tim is about to stop Toney Harrison. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could feel it. You could just feel that he was controlling the ring. You know what I'm saying? He had that aura about him to where he was controlling the ring, and I knew that he was gonna stop Toney Harrison. And I just hated that shit because, man, I wanted Toney to win so bad. I wanted Toney to win that fight real bad, but I knew I could just feel as the fight progressed that he was going to get stopped. Sheena says, damn, was Toney all right? He didn't look like the same fighter who fought Charlo. Well, he probably not. I mean, he's older. You feel what I'm saying? He's older, and we seen that he wasn't using no lateral movement. His legs wasn't all the way. He wasn't using his legs, because in a small ring like that, you cannot go straight. You can't go straight back in a straight line. Once you start feeling those ropes, You gotta turn your opponent. You gotta turn off. You gotta pivot and use your lateral movement and get up off them ropes. You gotta grab Tszyu and make him reset, and then go back to use your jab. But he wasn't doing the shit that he like. It was things that I saw that he should have been doing that he wasn't using, and he could have used them. But you know, hey, shout out to Tszyu. Like, he was the better man. He was a better man, you know. And Tim, as far as what Tszyu showed, like I said, he showed me that he had faster hands when it comes to countering than people give him credit for. People just act like Tszyu is like just a one-dimensional, come forward, slow fighter that got slow hands, and he showed that wasn't the case last night. He showed that he has a good ring IQ. Like I said, anytime Toney Harrison tried to go to the body, he found himself getting countered with an uppercut or getting countered with a hook over the top of his head. Tszyu was on point. He was sharp as a motherfucker. And he was on point. So, you know, I'm not finna come in here and make excuses. Tszyu is a solid-ass fighter. And like Toney Harrison said, man, he's getting better. He's a solid fighter. So with all that being said, man, salute to Tszyu. Shout out to Toney Harrison. Toney Harrison, he seemed like he pretty much is thinking about hanging it up. Toney Harrison says, look, getting hit in the head for a living, that shit ain't looking too bright for me. He said, you know, I kind of pretty much want to focus on, I got a champion that I'm training, Alicia Baumgardner. I want to be able to focus on her more, focus on the kids that I'm training. And he really don't sound like he want to fight no more. Because, you know, and I respect Toney Harrison for keeping it real, because it's like, okay, he's fighting to be at the top of the game. He's fighting to be a world champion. And when you look at the landscape, Tszyu just stopped you. Before that, Jermell Charlo stopped you. So if you continue to go on and fight, what you fighting for? You fighting to be a gatekeeper? And Toney Harrison, he's smart. He like, why am I going to be the dude that's just, you know, that's going to start halfway training and just fight to be a gatekeeper for these motherfucking up and coming dudes and then, you know what I'm saying, end up with brain damage or some shit. And he like, man, that ain't me. I'm not finna do that. So I much rather just focus on the other things that I have become, you know what I'm saying, training world champions and training these kids that I have. Because I feel him, man. He like, I ain't finna be no gatekeeper for nobody. So, you know, he's been a world champion one time. And, you know, he tried to get back to the top. It didn't work. And y'all got to understand, the 154-pound division is different from any of these other weight classes. You know, any of these other weight classes, because all of the best fighters at 154, they fighting each other. So in order to be at the top at 154 pounds, you got to be a real motherfucking dog. In order to be at the top at 154, you got to be a real dog. It ain't no faking it at 154 pounds. A lot of these other divisions, you could fake it like you the best. You could fake it like you a motherfucking monster. At 154, if you at the top, it ain't no faking, because you're fighting the best of the best. Sheena said, I noticed Tony's energy was different as soon as he stepped in the ring. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too, Sheena. It was like, the confidence that he had in the build-up of the fight, before the fight, when he stepped in the ring, it was like, I noticed it was a difference. But at the time, Sheena, I said to myself, and it's crazy you said that, because I said in my head, I said, Tony don't look too confident. But then I said, maybe it's because maybe that's his focus look. Maybe he just locked in. But it was different when he got in the ring. And then throughout the fight, even in the corner, you didn't see that confidence on his face like, throughout the fight in the corner. You seen his confidence, leaving in the corner. Because I'm looking at how he's reacting in the corner. And I just didn't see that confident Tony Harrison. But, he did his best. He just got beat by a better man that night. But I do see a lot of things that he could have done that I think, could have gave him the victory. I don't know. But we can't take no credit away from Tszyu. But because, like I said, once again, if you at the top of 154 pounds, it ain't no faking. You belong there. You're a real motherfucking world champion. A lot of these divisions, I can't say that. If you got all the belts at 154, like Jermell Charlo does, you are the best of the best. Now, Tszyu and Jermell Charlo, that fight will be next. Tszyu and Jermell Charlo, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the best of the best fighting. Some people might say, well, Fundora. Well, we'll find out what Fundora is when he get there. But right now, Tszyu and Jermell Charlo have proven to be the best of the best in that weight division. Jermell Charlo is the best. Tszyu gonna try to come knock him off. Is Tszyu ready for him? My answer is yeah. Him being ready don't mean that he can beat Jermell Charlo. Because, see, when you got Jermell Charlo is a whole different type of animal. Jermell Charlo is not going to, his gas tank don't go nowhere. He stay on motherfucking full the whole fight. Jermell Charlo is a throwback 15-round type of fighter. He not going to be in the corner breathing hard. He not going to fade. So Jermell Charlo is a different type of animal in the ring. Jermell Charlo, he got power. And he is going to let his left and his right hand go. You're not going to see Jermell Charlo just go in there and jab the whole fight. Jermell Charlo, he can move. He can stand in the middle of the ring and bang with you if you need to. So Jermell Charlo is the type of fighter that however the fight needs to go, however he needs to fight, that's the fight that he's going to fight. Now, I think this is a great fight. I don't think that Jermell Charlo is going to go in there and walk through Tszyu, right? Because when you look at, let me pull up Jermell Charlo's resume, right? Because I love this fight between Jermell Charlo and Tszyu because it just got bigger. Like, who don't want to see this Tszyu and Jermell Charlo fight even more than they did before now? Like, the fight got bigger. But when you go to Jermell Charlo resume, right? When you go to guys like Charles Hatley, Tszyu is better than Charles Hatley. Vanez Martirosyan. Tszyu better than Vanez Martirosyan. Gabe Rosado. Tszyu better than Gabe Rosado. At the point in time when he fought Austin Trout, Tszyu is a better opponent than Austin Trout. He just beat Toney Harrison. Tszyu better than Jose Cota. Jason Rosario. Tszyu is better than Jason Rosario. Brian Castano. I don't know if Tszyu is better than Brian Castano. Right? And that's what you got. So pretty much Tszyu is better than everybody on Jermell Charlo resume that he fought already, except for maybe you could argue Brian Castano. And I'm just making my point that we getting the best fight, the best fighters fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? We getting the best fight the best. So anybody that think that Jermell Charlo is just going to walk through Tszyu, because I heard a lot of people before saying that Tszyu shouldn't even belong in the ring with Jermell Charlo. I don't know where y'all got that from, because Tszyu pretty much been wrecking shit. He had one little lapse against Jermell Charlo where he got knocked down in the first round, but he got up and he beat the dog shit out of Jermell Charlo. He beat Jermell Charlo ass 11 rounds out of 12. So, you know, he's shown, Tszyu has now shown that he is ready to fight the best of the best because he is one of them. So, like I said, man, at 154, it ain't no hiding. It ain't no ducking. It ain't no having secondary belts and claiming that you a world champion. Nah, 154 is the division where it's all at. Maybe they don't have the huge names, but they giving us the best fights. Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot when I named the people on my man resume, on Charlo resume, I did forget Erickson Lubin. And I think Tszyu will beat Erickson Lubin. I think he stopped Erickson Lubin. You know what I'm saying? And Erickson Lubin is a hell of a fighter. He just don't got that chin like that. And Erickson Lubin is another fighter that we've seen him fade later on, you know, down the stretch in fights. But Erickson Lubin, he's a monster too. All these dudes, man, when you look at 154, man, Erickson Lubin, Toney Harrison, Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo, goddamn Fundora, Tszyu, all of these fighters is dogs. And they all fighting each other. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for at one? And we're not even talking about the dudes that was at the division like Jarrett Hurd and J-Rock. They couldn't cut it. You know what I'm talking about? We talking about a division where dudes like Jarrett Hurd, you know what I'm saying, and J-Rock, they had to get up out that bitch. They couldn't compete with these dogs that I'm talking about right now. They couldn't compete with these dudes like that. They had to get the fuck up out the division. Now, we seen Jarrett Hurd, he just shot. He shot because of the type of fighter that he is. You know, if you're going to be a fighter like Jarrett Hurd, your career ain't going to, you know, last too long 9 times out of 10. And so, man, I love the 154-pound division, and they don't get the credit that they need. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the credit that they deserve. But yeah, y'all smash my like button. Y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. We cooking. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Yeah, Leon Robinson, Brian Castano could fight his ass off, dog. And he gave Charlo I think that Brian Castano gave Charlo his toughest fight. For sure. It's not even a thing. I know he gave Charlo his toughest fight. But Charlo, man, we gotta take our hats off to Charlo, man. Because Charlo is one of the very few fighters in boxing that's fought the best of the best in his division and ain't ducked nobody. Jay Grant says Hurd coming back. Bro, Hurd just got the dog shit beat out of him. What you mean he coming back? Where he coming back to? Hurd just got stopped by I don't know, a fighter that nobody knew. Then before that, he lost to Luis Cuba Aries. Where's Hurd coming back to? I don't know where the hell we think Hurd, because he ain't coming back to nothing. And I like Jarrett Hurd, but he needs to hang it up. You know, it's not, boxing is not even safe for Jarrett Hurd no more. Oh, yeah. Most of all the elite 154 pounders, all of the elite 154 pounders are with PBC. So, and they fighting each other. We're not having a problem with them fighting each other. Don Jenkins said he means he coming back from the hospital. Real talk, because Lori, what's going on with it, Queen? What's good with it, Lori? Lori Reed said he coming back to the DMV. Yeah, that's where he coming back to. He ain't coming back to nobody ring, and he ain't coming back to dominate shit. We know that. Ohio Styles, what's happening with it? But yeah, William Old School, what it do? Thank Father, I see you in the building. And y'all smash the like button. Let's pause right now. Let's get everybody in the building to smash the like button. Smash on the like button. Support them. But yeah. Let's now. I want to talk about this rehydration clause again. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Because, like I said before, there has never been an instance in boxing that anybody can pull up and show me that it's been a rehydration clause with a catch weight and a rehydration clause all the same time. A catch weight and a rehydration clause all the same time. So Ryan Garcia, he already signed the contract. You know what I'm saying? You already signed the contract, so it is what it is. Now, is he wrong for letting people know this is what I had to do? Right? This is what I had to do to make the fight happen? No. The fuck, what is he supposed to hide it and say? What is he supposed to hide it and not say anything about? Well, this is what the fight is happening because I had to agree to these things that I really didn't want to agree to. What's wrong with somebody? Everybody do that shit. Like, y'all acting like this is some shit that has never happened before. A fighter, you know what I'm saying, that is the B side, they end up having to, you know what I'm saying, agree to shit that they didn't really want to agree to in order to make the fight happen. And then they let everybody know this is what I had to agree to make the fight happen. It happens all the time. Anytime there is a catch weight, we know about it. And we know why it was a catch weight. Anytime there's a rehydration clause in a fight, we know about it. They're not gonna hide a rehydration clause. Okay, we're gonna hide it. We ain't gonna tell nobody. The B-side opponent, they're not gonna tell nobody. Come on, like, we know about these things when they happen. I mean, it sounds good to say to run around and say, oh yeah, we don't know when they happen all the time because fighters tell that shit. That shit is gonna get out if it's a rehydration clause in the fight. It's never been a fight. And like I said, for anybody that's telling me that this is standard practice or this has happened before, drop a link. Where's the article? Send it to me. It's never been it's never been a catch weight and a rehydration clause. We've had plenty of fights where there's been catch weights. Plenty of fights. We know that shit. We have plenty of fights where there's been catch weights. Because a catch weight comes about when one fighter says, I want to fight you at this weight. Another fighter say, no, I want to fight you at this weight. And then they end up fighting at a catch weight. Now, my thing is, right, if you're going to put a rehydration clause on them, say, look, we fighting at 135. Fuck that funky ass 136. We're fighting out because 136, that shit don't, if you coming down in weight and they only give you 1 pound, that shit don't matter anyway. You know, if you make 136, you pretty much can make 135. Fight at 135 pounds and then leave the rehydration clause out. Leave it out. But to say that, okay, we fighting at 136, but then I'm putting a rehydration clause on you, just say you're going to fight at 135 and that is what it is. Because obviously, if you had demanded that he was gonna fight at 135, he wanted to fight. He agreed to all that other bullshit. He would have agreed to it. But don't say I'm gonna give you 1 pound, but then I'm gonna put a rehydration clause on you. Because as far as we know, that's never happened before. We've had Canelo put rehydration clauses on Daniel Jacobs, right? But they fought at 160. It wasn't a catchweight. We had motherfucking Canelo put a rehydration clause on Kovalev, but they fought at 175. It wasn't a catchweight. We had Cotto fighting at catchweights before, but it wasn't no rehydration clause when Cotto fought at them catchweights. We had Mayweather. He didn't fought different people at catchweights. We didn't see Andre Ward and my man Chad Dawson. I think they fought at a catchweight. Well, did they fight at a catchweight or did they fight at 168? Did Chad Dawson come down to 168? I don't know. But like I said, it ain't standard, and it don't happen where there is a catchweight and a rehydration clause. So my thing, right, is it is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody, Ryan Garcia, he signed the contract. If you ask me, that was stupid for him to sign that shit. But he signed it, not knowing no better, not because, you know what I'm saying, he young. Motherfucker just going off of, I don't know what the fuck he going off of. I know that Oscar De La Hoya in his camp tried to get him not to sign that shit. I know that his team tried to get him not to sign that shit, but he adamant because he want to fight. He want to fight so bad. He think that he could beat Tank so bad. He signed the shit. So it is what it is. He signed it. It can't nobody save him now. You know what I'm saying? No. Chad Dawson wouldn't know. They fought at 168. Chad Dawson made, I think he came down. Chad Dawson, they could have fought at a catchweight, but Chad Dawson came down in weight, right? He came down in weight to fight Andre Ward. Chad Dawson was a light heavyweight. Andre Ward at the time was a super middleweight. And they either, Chad Dawson had to come down in weight. But anyway, it wasn't a Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. He said Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. Did Conor Benn and Chris Eubank ever fight? Did they get in the ring and fight each other? Show me the film where Conor Benn and Chris Eubank fought. Now, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, right? They did have a catchweight. And if Chris Eubank, if Conor Benn had a rehydration clause in there, you know what I'm saying? Chris Eubank should have never signed that bullshit neither. So going back to what I said, right? But see, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank is two whole different things, right? Because Chris Eubank, Conor Benn wasn't saying that Chris Eubank was a goddamn supermodel. Only had one weapon. See, you can't do this, right? You cannot go around saying that somebody is the weakest link in the whole division. Because this is what y'all was saying, and this is what everybody was saying about Ryan Garcia. He was the weakest link in the whole. No, it ain't irrelevant. Ain't nothing irrelevant about it now because we gonna go back to what everybody was saying. See, now everybody want to close their ears and forget about what they were saying about Ryan Garcia before. Now the same people that was talking cash shit about him is saying, well, man, he's big as hell. That shit didn't matter before. So you saying that he the weakest link out of everybody in the division. He also is a supermodel. He ain't shit but a TikTok, Instagram star. He can't fight. He keep his chin way up in the air. He don't have nothing but a left hook. He got a weak chin. He can't take a punch. And so on and so on. So let's keep it 100 because y'all don't like to keep it 100. All of that shit was said about Ryan Garcia over and over and over again. This is a fact. Now, about Gervonta Davis, he got the highest ring IQ. He punched harder than anybody in boxing, maybe even harder than Deontay Wilder. Him and Wilder is the biggest punchers in boxing, pound for pound. Gervonta Davis is a savage. Gervonta Davis is a gorilla. Gervonta Davis stops anybody from 130 pounds all the way through 140 pounds. Gervonta Davis stops Keith Thurman. Gervonta Davis stops Terrence Crawford. All of this is being said. But then you turn around and tell me that man, right? You compare what's said about Ryan Garcia and you compare what's said about Tank Davis. Which one would you think, right? If you didn't know neither one of them, which one would you think would ask for all of these certain clauses in the contract? You sure in the hell wouldn't be saying it was Tank Davis, the one that's a gorilla, the one that stopped everybody from 130 pounds to 147 pounds. You sure in the hell wouldn't be saying that was the man that was asking for all these stipulations in order to have the fight happen. So somebody come up here and make it make sense to me. Somebody come up here and make that shit make sense to me. The link is in the chat. I want one of you niggas to come up here and make it make sense to me. Can y'all make that make sense to me? Because see, my whole thing is I'm disappointed in Gervonta Davis for doing some shit like that. Right? I'm disappointed. Why are we saying all these things about you? But now you needed all these certain stipulations to fight a motherfucker that you say ain't nothing but an Instagram model and only have one weapon? Right? That's my thing. I don't care about none of the other shit now. He signed the contract, but why? Answer the question, why with somebody that y'all saying all that y'all praising like he's the Mike Tyson, like he Mike Tyson in 1986. Y'all praising this man like he Tyson in 86, but he need all these stipulations. Speaking of Mike Tyson was smaller than everybody in the heavyweight division. Mike Tyson was built like Gervonta Davis in the heavyweight division. Short, compact, and had a lot of power. Mike Tyson, they never said, well, I'm going to need this and I'm going to need that to fight you when he was in his prime. He ain't never did that shit. Deontay Wilder come in the ring, weighing 210 pounds, fighting motherfuckers that's 170 pounds. He ain't never asked for certain stipulations. So my thing is that for everybody that's always said that he was a dog, that he's this, that he's that, that he's this and that and this and that, why does he need all these stipulations in order to make the fight happen? Because I was saying the same shit about Tank. I was saying the same shit about Tank. But see what's different between me and y'all is now I'm like, okay, maybe I was wrong. Because a motherfucker that's all of that and some, especially going up against somebody that you say ain't shit but an Instagram model, you don't need those. But Sheena, answer the question, Sheena. It's simple. It's not, we're not talking about Ryan Garcia no more. All we doing, Sheena, right? All we doing, Sheena, is answer the question, a simple question. This is for everybody. if Gervonta Davis is all of that shit that y'all been praising him about, saying that he is a gorilla, stops everybody from 130 pounds to 147 pounds, knocking out super middleweights and sparring, all of that shit, I just got one question. Why does he need all those stipulations? Why does he need all of those stipulations in order to fight an Instagram supermodel, like y'all call him? That's it. Simple question. Answer it. Stop. Answer the question. That's all I need to know. Lori Reed, what's going on with it, Lori? She said, Tank my man, but he's not stupid. He knew what he was doing. I know why he needed it, but I know why he asked for all those things. But I want one of y'all that's defending it to explain to me why he asked one of those things. Okay, Sheena, you said because Ryan looked like he's juicing. Well, you're going to have to try something new, Sheena, because they've been drug tested before the fight, way even before the fight got announced. So that ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Even Gervonta Davis, way back before the fight even got announced, said that Ryan Garcia had already been taking drug testing for their fight. So that don't work. We can't use that. Try something else. Answer the question. Why does Gervonta Davis need all of those stipulations in order to fight Ryan Garcia? That's all I'm asking. The link is in the chat. Somebody grab the link and explain it to me. That's all I'm asking. That's it. I think that should be it. If people can defend this and act like it's okay and they don't have no problem with it, all I'm asking is explain it. The link is in the chat. Explain it. Explain that on behalf of Gervonta Davis. It shouldn't be a problem to explain it on behalf of Gervonta Davis. That should be easy to do. If people can defend it, well, tell me why you're defending it. Tell me why, you know. So Charles Thomas, you bitch ass, weird ass nigga. You said he's protecting himself, goofy. Well, explain me what he protecting himself from, you weird ass nigga. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. So I don't know why you typing when you could have came up here with your weird ass and explained it. The link in the chat. I've dropped it again. So what is he protecting himself from? Talking about, oh, he's protecting himself, goofy. So, you clown ass niggas, come up here and tell me what he protecting himself from. He protected himself from what? So you bitch ass peon ass nigga, come up here and grab the link and tell me what he protecting himself from. I mean, why is that so hard to explain? My man Sean Clark in the super chat, he says, you know I rock with Tank. He didn't need it. He says he didn't need it is the answer to your question. You putting it in context like he needed. No, I'm asking why, right? Obviously, he wanted it. Whether he needed it or didn't need it, it ain't for me to say. Because I'm not getting in the ring fighting there one of them. But I can tell you that he wanted it. So why, if you all of that and you going in the ring against somebody that's an Instagram supermodel, why do you need it? Why do you want it? If I want some shit, if I go to the store and I buy some shit and spend my money on some shit, I'm going to be able to tell you why I wanted it. So I'm asking people, if Tank Davis is all the above that I named, and Ryan Garcia is everything y'all say he is and he ain't, something ain't adding up. Something is not adding up. So why would you want all of that? Why would you want to make all those demands in order to make the fight happen? That should be easy to answer. What's happening with it? Let me see who we got in the building. Let me see. And y'all smash the like button. See, I'm seeing a whole lot of niggas' energy change, right? And a whole lot of feminine shit going on, because when you say something about Gervonta Davis' purse, niggas is now it's okay for grown men to have purses. Niggas is telling me, oh, that's the style now. You hating. You hating. You just don't know style. Like, for real? Because your favorite fighter is got a new purse, a different purse every day. Now it's okay to wear purses. Now you got grown men talking about that's the style now. It's okay. You just don't know. You don't know nothing about fashion. So you mean to tell me that a fighter has that much influence over grown-ass men? I don't understand this. Y'all running around here because it's a fighter that you like. Ain't no way if I see Deontay Wilder or Errol Spence rocking a purse, I'm finna come on and defend that shit and tell people that's the style now. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all need to get up with the style. This is new times. Y'all need to get up with it. Lori said, hold on, I dropped the link. Let me drop the link again for you, Lori. I've been hearing a lot of people say that shit recently, that they can't get on the link. Try it again. I put the link in there again and try it again. So I'm just seeing a lot of shit. Niggas is arguing with me, telling me that's the style now. When I say something about all the different purses that Gervonta Davis is rocking. Now that's okay. Lori, turn your camera on real quick so I can make sure that's you. And BFTB don't even have his name spelled like that, you fucking idiot. Fuck out of here. Fucking weirdo. Okay, you good, Lori? You good, Lori. Let me kick this weirdo off of the background. Dudes is weird.
Little boy out. Shut up, Luke. Sit down.
What's happening with it, Lori?
All right, you just excuse the background noise at my family, but I got a little boy 4-year-old that's off the chain in here tonight.
I might have to give him some melatonin. 2-year-old.
I might have to give him some melatonin. But anyway, you know me. I'm a really big Tank supporter. But I'm going to have to say something. I question the rehydration clause myself. And if I can question that, I have an idea why he he wanted that rehydration clause. Because it's to Tank's advantage if he put that rehydration clause in there.
Right.
I'm not saying that's right at all. I'm not saying that's right. But Tank has the advantage now because he has it. And you know I'm number one when it comes to Tank. I get kicked off of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything because of him. You know, so I just think that I question that myself, Keon. I'll keep it 100 with you, but I still love my Tank and whatever, you know.
Yeah, and Lori, and see, my whole thing, right, is I was pissed off because it disappointed me, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It disappointed me in Tank because I'm already was like, okay, you know, this gonna be a hell of a fight, but I got Tank Davis stopping him. I had Tank stopping him, but now it's like, bro, you like, I didn't see him needing all of that,
right,
or even wanting all of that.
I
Like,
don't think he needed it either. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Tank needed that rehydration. I mean, to give Ryan, I don't think he needed to give Ryan that rehydration clause.
Right.
I really don't think he needed it. He could have got rid of him without the rehydration clause. But I will say, Ryan be getting big as shit after the weigh-ins. You know, he does get big as shit, but so does Tank.
I mean, see, my whole thing is like, just
fight
at 135. Fight, because that 1 pound ain't shit. Fight at 135.
Right.
And don't have no rehydration clause.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of fighters that get big as shit and rehydrate big. That's not for you to decide how big they supposed to get after the weigh-in.
Right.
If they weigh in on weight. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be able to dictate how big somebody get. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. But
I got a question for you, Keon.
Huh?
I got a question for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Because you know, I really don't keep up with Ryan Garcia that much, except, you know, from what I see, you know, on the gram or on Facebook or whatever, the articles and stuff like that. Does he usually fight? Has he fought at 140?
He after Luke Campbell, he had all his fights at 140 pounds.
Okay, so he brought the 135 fighters up to 140, right?
Yeah, he pulled them dudes from. He
weight drained them.
Well, now he pulled them up. He pulled them up in weight. So that's kind of like the opposite. He was kind of fighting smaller dudes, pulling them up to 140 pounds, right?
Right.
Yeah, right. So he pulling them up, and when he did that, see, my thing, Lori, is I keep the same energy for everybody. When Ryan Garcia was pulling them, when he pulled Javier Fortuna, and when he pulled that African dude up, right, and was fighting at 140, I said, look, man, this motherfucker need to, like, if you gonna fight at 140, fight 140-pound fighters. And I did live streams talking about it, getting on his helmet about that shit, right? So if I'm able to talk shit about him for doing that, I should be able to have the same energy for Gervonta Davis for doing that shit that he doing. And I think what he doing is worse because it's giving you a big advantage to me.
The catch weight and the rehydration cost. I agree. I can't look. I love boxing and I love Tank. And I'm gonna ride with Tank till the wheels fall off, but yeah, that to me is questionable, very questionable. But I still got Tank whipping his ass. God forgive me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be a much tougher fight, a much better fight. Like, I don't want to have to question no shit. Like, right? Tank going there and knock him out. I don't want to have to say, well, you know. How much better would Ryan Garcia have been if he hadn't been, you know what I'm saying, if these clauses hadn't been in the contract.
Right.
I don't want to have to question no shit in no fight.
Do you hear static?
Huh?
Do you hear static?
Yeah, it was. You good now?
I can still hear a little bit. That's all right. All right. Okay. Well, look, I'm a log off and jump back in the chat, y'all. I usually don't jump on. I usually don't jump on, but I had to keep it real, you know, because everybody knows that's my man. But
yeah, you know,
I had a question.
And let everybody know You've been knowing Tank since he was a child.
Yes, since since he was a baby.
Yeah, so it's
Yes,
like you're not
he was
shitting on him. You
seven,
still
8 years old.
right. And so to everybody, that doesn't because you don't agree with something that he's doing doesn't mean that you shitting on him or you hating on him. You just keeping it real and you telling everybody like you didn't agree, you don't agree with it because you don't think that you need that. You don't think that he should need
Right,
that.
right. You're right. Well, look, Keon, you keep doing your thing and talking this boxing talk, and I'm gonna be in the chat. You hear?
I appreciate you.
All right, no
And
problem, my friend. All right
salute
now.
you, Queen. All right. Anton Martin, man, I appreciate you in the Cash App, man. Appreciate you. And y'all smash the like button. Y'all hit the like button. And that's just what it is, keeping it real. If it's your favorite fighter, you can still say, look, I still got him beating Ryan Garcia either way, but I don't agree with that shit. I don't like the shit. But
Keon,
dog money.
I look at it a different way, Keon.
Oh wait, let me hold on. I'm gonna let you cook, but before you cook, right? I got one question. If you're gonna defend Gervonta Davis, right? I got one question. You heard everything that I said, and you know everything that people been saying about Ryan Garcia. TikTok model, no chin, one weapon, all that shit. We could just go down the list, right? And then we know all of the great shit that people say about Gervonta Davis, right? Now, with all of that being said, my only question is why, if you Tank Davis, right, and you want to get, because Tank, his whole thing, he's been talking about that he want people to give him his respect, and he gonna make people give him his respect, right? He said, man, he gonna run through all these niggas. He knocking all of them out, and he gonna make people respect him. He gonna make people know that can't nobody fuck with him. So if you are saying that in return, why would you even want these clauses? That's all I'm asking.
I got 2 points. All right. Point number one is, of course, it goes to the A side, set the rules, set the ring side, set everything, and it set the the catchway clauses, whatever.
But let me
That's the first.
hold on. I'm not gonna talk over you. I'm just let me say this real quick, right? I understand all that. We know everybody know about the A side and all that. My question is, as the A side, why would you want that? That's it. That's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, everybody know about the A side and the A side demands and all of that shit. We know about all that. But as the A side, if I want to be the best and I want to fight the best that they best, why do I want that? That's all I'm asking.
Well, as the A side, any advantages that you can have, you take advantage of it, man. This ain't just boxing. This is life. This is business. This is money. This is how you feed his family. You know what I mean? Any advantage you can take, you take it. You know what I mean? As long as it's within the rules, he ain't taking no PEDs. He ain't doing nothing illegal. What he doing is within the rules of boxing. You know what I mean? And he's not the first one to do it. He didn't make these rules up. But everybody else, abides by these rules. But we're gonna put a special regulation because we got, some special feeling like Tank's supposed to be this, Tank's supposed to be that. Evidently, he don't feel the same way all these people do, or he wouldn't be taking all the advantages he can take. And that's my first point. My second point is,
okay, wait, hold up, hold it right there, right? Hold it right there, because I agree with some of what you said, right? Now I don't agree with, because if I really think I'm the best at something, I don't need nothing to help me out, right? Because I really feel that about myself, right? I don't need that because I want to be able to know that I beat that person or whatever it is on the eve. Everything was straight down the middle, right? I didn't have nothing on my side. He ain't had all that, right? So I agree with when you said that maybe he don't feel all the way that way in his head. That was my whole point that I was making, right? We put in all this on Gervonta Davis.
Oh, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you about that, but I understand why they do it because, You know what I mean? It's more than just, the fight itself. You got, what I mean? Those guys lose fights, they lose sponsorships. They lose money outside of boxing from when they ain't in the ring. That's one of the reasons why they try to keep that O as long as they can, because it brings in residual money. Once you lose a fight, that shine knocked off for you. You know what I mean? You ain't that old. You know what I'm saying? You ain't that invincible. You ain't the one all the brands want to put their tags on, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And my second point, let me get to this second point. The dude is not gonna make fucking weight. What do you think if he don't make weight? You think they gonna stop that fight, bro? He's not gonna make weight. Normally with those catch weight fights like that, and people miss weight all the fucking time. Mayweather missed weight and paid like 200 grand when he fought that guy Pacquiao fought about 5 times until he knocked his ass out. What was his name? Pacquiao kept having fights with Marquez. Him and Marquez and Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd came out of retirement, his first retirement, they fought at a catch weight. Mayweather missed it. I see fighters miss that. You think after they do all that building to that fight, if he miss weight, they gonna stop that damn fight? I don't think he's gonna make weight anyway. I wouldn't. I'd be like, shit, stop all this shit then. Ain't nobody getting no motherfucking check, nigga. I 147, that's small as I 38, that's small as I can get, nigga. Now, fuck it. I ain't running now another mile. I ain't going to no sweat box. Either we fighting or we ain't fighting. You know what I mean? Period, point blank. What you think they gonna do? He ain't gonna make that damn weight.
My whole thing is like, if I'm Ryan Garcia, I make the 136 and I rehydrate to wherever the fuck I gotta rehydrate to. And whatever y'all, but see, Leonard Ellaby, he didn't say what it was, but he was like laughing when they said, what if Ryan Garcia don't, make the rehydration weight? And he was basically making it seem like that shit is gonna be stupid. Like basically he damn near go come out with, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
come out get robbed. This
is a pay-per-view fight, so I mean it's a limit on it's a stipulation, maybe a couple of 100,000 or something like that. Dude, Tank is not finna miss that motherfucking big ass check for no couple of pounds, bro. No fucking way.
Nah, he ain't gonna put. I mean, the fight got to go on regardless. So
the fight got to go on, man.
I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan of the sport before I'm a fan of any of these fighters, and I want to see both fighters at their 100% best. I don't want to have to think like, damn, this motherfucker look drained. Like, you know what I'm saying? What he could have, what would he have done if it wasn't this and that in all these stipulations as far as the weight?
Yeah, well, this is a non-title fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? People miss weight all the time in non-title fights, bro. It may be a financial penalty, but I mean, if with a big fight, shit, I wouldn't sweat that shit. Because if he beat Tank, it don't matter whether he made weight or not. He gonna steal all that shine. Just like if Tank win, black fighters ain't gonna get the credit no way. If Tank fought the dude, don't matter what weight he fought him at. If Tank beat him, he ain't gonna get no credit. If Tank lose to him, he ain't gonna get no credit. Black fighters are always under the gun. We gotta fight a goddamn monster. We gotta beat the monster. You gotta kill the monster. You know what I mean? It's just how it is with us. Whereas a Mexican fighter, no matter what the stipulations is, if he wins, hell, he won. If he had to drain your ass 15 pounds, he don't care. He won. Just like when Jake Paul was trying to drain down that black fighter here recently.
You talking about Hakeem Rockman Jr.
Yeah, Hakeem Rockman Jr. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That ain't, but people ain't looking at, you know what I'm saying? That ain't boxing on this level. That shit is still, entertainment boxing, celebrity type shit. You know what I'm saying? We talking about like when Canelo was fighting, making these dudes fight him at all type of different catch weights. I had a problem with that shit. You feel me? With Canelo, I had a problem with that shit.
You had a problem with it, but did Canelo fans have a problem with it?
Nah, BC, but see, that's my point, dog. You're making my point. My point is that fans they don't keep the same energy. They only have certain energy when it comes to a fighter that they don't like. Now, the same scenario, you put a fighter in there that they do root for, now it's okay.
Right.
If it's a fighter that they don't like, then it ain't okay.
Jailhouse rules, bro. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't heard nothing. It was a good fight.
That's what it is. That's all I'm saying. It's like, right, because we have a problem with it. If this was, let's say, if this is Terrence Crawford, right? This Terrence Crawford, and he like, you know what? Errol Spence, he's a weight bully. Let's just say, because we know a lot of these fucking weird ass dudes talking about Errol Spence a weight bully. He ain't never missed weight, but they tell you he a weight bully, right? So if Terrence Crawford come out and say Errol Spence is a weight bully, right? Now we all know all the other demands that Terrence Crawford has had when it comes to financial demands, right? That's financial. If you got financial demands, A or B side, it is what it is, right? They don't have nothing to do with fighting inside the ring. But Terrence Crawford come back now, right? Now in the new negotiations that they supposedly be having, and he say, you know what? Errol Spencer weight bully. I want a rehydration clause on him. And I'm not getting in the ring with him unless we have a rehydration clause. Everybody gonna be on his fucking helmet. Everybody gonna be on his helmet, dog.
Yeah, you know, I look at it like, you know what I mean? I look at it like, I don't, you know, when they get into that kind of stuff, really, I don't really too much worry about it because they're gonna have something to say regardless, man. You know, if it ain't, you know, if it ain't the weight bully, he aged him out. You can't win as a fighter, dog. You can't win no matter what you do.
Right? You don't put stipulations in there for yourself for people to complain about, right? If you like now, you opened up a whole fucking floodgate for when if you do go knock Ryan Garcia out, people gonna be like, shit, he should have knocked him out. He had a goddamn rehydration clause. You giving people shit to say. Why give people? He even said it himself.
When you was a kid, did you run track or anything like that?
Yeah, I did all that shit.
You ever race for money, like a foot race for money? No, I'm saying you ever had a foot.
I ran track, football, all that shit, baseball, all of that.
You ever had a foot race for money, like let's say about $500?
Yeah, bro, and it's funny you brought that up, right? Because I'm talking to my cousin, right? I'm talking to my cousin. He's like he was the fastest. He was the fastest cat in Arkansas, right? He ran in the 40. He ran a 4.2. You know, and faster than motherfucker. And anybody that wanted to race him, he wanted to smoke with everybody in the state. It don't matter where you came from. He won't smoke with him. So I'm talking to
could you outrun your cousin?
Nah, he beat me. I couldn't outrun him. Right.
So but for $500, if he gave you a head start.
Let me say this real quick because I'm talking to him because we having this conversation. And he's a huge Gervonta Davis fan. And I said, okay, what if a nigga talking all that and you and then they tell you, you know what? I'm faster than you. I can outrun you. You don't want no smoke with me. And then they pull up and they tell you got to wear steel toe boots. Like what? Nah, you telling me that you faster than me, right? And I don't want no smoke with you. But then we pull up the race, and then you got a stipulation telling me that I gotta wear steel toe boots for us to race, and you get to wear track shoes. So you wearing these light ass track shoes, and I gotta wear steel toe boots. And you telling me, oh well, because I'm the A side, I didn't beat more niggas. I didn't beat more niggas in the state than you have. I'm more proven. So you got to put these steel toe boots on.
Yeah, but what about if it's reversed though? What if your cousin told you, nigga, I'll give you a head start and put on some steel toe boots and run your ass down?
I don't want it.
I
don't want it because what is that gonna prove? Because what am I proving? If I beat him,
You put
What does
money in
that
your
prove to
pocket.
me?
You put money in your pocket. You're not racing for free. You're racing for cash.
Oh, you said if we racing for cash,
Yeah,
and he give me that stipulation.
yeah.
I see where you're going, dog. See, you think you slick. You
He's
slick.
slick. These
You
guys
think
fighting
you
for
slick.
money. They
It
fighting
just
for money.
depends. It just depends. If I'm already rich and I got the world right, and I know that I'm better, and I want to prove to the world that I'm better than him. Nah, fuck that money.
Man, you just don't want to give me the point. You don't want to
No,
concede the point
I know
that
the point that you're saying, but I'm saying my point is my point. It depends what situation I'm in, right? It depends what the situation is, right? Because if I'm trying to prove to the whole world that I'm everything that people saying I am, and I'm I'm everything that these haters saying I ain't. If that's my
yeah.
thing to prove to the world, and I'm getting the big bag anyway when I prove it, the fuck I need that for?
Hey, look here. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna get out here. I don't want to eat up your time, Keon. Look, I just want to say this about us black people. Us black people, we're the only ones that always want to be fair. Nobody else wants to play fair with us. But we play fair, then we turn around, everybody stabs us in the back. If you go down through history and look at how things have went with us, it's just like all these black inventors that invented all these different things that they families don't get no money off this shit. I mean, motherfuckers is willing to eat us up to get ahead, but we always try to be fair, and that's what really where my point of view comes from. I'm like, man, fuck it. They'll eat me up. I'll eat them up too. If the advantage on my side, I'm taking it. Fuck it. Because I know
Well,
they'll do the same thing to me. And that's where I'm
it,
coming from, Keon.
well, but like I said, man,
But
when
you're
Ryan
right. You're
Garcia,
right. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right.
yeah,
I'm not
I feel
saying
what
you're
you're
wrong.
saying. I feel what you're saying, but like I said, when Ryan Garcia, when he came to the negotiations and he was saying that they're gonna fight at 140 because that's where he want to fight at, that he hey, I got on his motherfucking helmet. I say, who the fuck Ryan Garcia think he is to be able to tell Tank Davis that they gonna fight at 140? This motherfucker ain't running shit. So I had a
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly, Keon. Keon.
You
So
got to
Keon,
understand let me finish what I'm saying. I had a problem with that, right? I had a problem with that. You can't tell Tank he gonna fucking fight you at 140 when Gervonta Davis is the A side. You don't tell him where the fuck to fight at. So I had a problem with that, and I have a problem with this catch weight and a rehydration clause
but
on the back.
if Ryan was the A side, what weight would they be fighting at though?
If Ryan was the A side, they probably would
Yeah.
be fighting at 140 pounds.
And you think them essays would be out here crying about it? They wouldn't say shit.
No,
They'll
I
be
mean
proud. They'll be proud as hell
see,
when he whooped Devontae's
but
ass.
see, my thing is not that he's only giving him 1 pound. You know what I'm saying, in the catch weight. Like it is what it is, bro. He is the A side. My whole thing is like, why you want a rehydration clause on the back end of that? That don't really make sense to me to want a rehydration clause if you the motherfucking gorilla. You
Well,
a gorilla.
that's
You
that
knocking
Canelo
niggas
shit.
out. You stopping your fans say that you stopping everybody from 130 to 147, right? Besides a few cats, maybe like Errol Spencer Boots. But they saying that Terrence Crawford got a weak chin. You stopping him.
Yeah, man. Like I say, man, it's I'm not feeling. I can't look, man. You got a damn good argument. I'm not gonna argue with you about the shit, man. I'm just giving another point of view. You trying to make me make you wrong. I can't do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm just saying, bro. All I want at the end of the day, niggas get mad because they hear a real boxing fan talk and say, and I'm saying that I want both fighters, right, to be able to be at their best on fight night. That's it. What the fuck wrong with that? What you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like I said, I wouldn't have signed the shit if I'm Ryan Garcia, if I'm already rich, if you know what I'm saying, if I know that Gervonta Davis need this fight to go to the next level of superstardom, just like I do. Well, bro, we at a standstill. We either
Oh
gonna
man.
fight at 135 with no catch weight, or we ain't gonna motherfucking fight.
Man, all Ryan got to do is not get knocked out, bro. Just like Cruz. If he survived the whole damn thing with Gervonta Davis, that's a damn notch on his belt. Everybody knows Gervonta is a goddamn animal, man. He ain't gotta win the fight. Just fighting Tank, that's a trust and believe. Everybody know Tank bad as fuck. And he just trying to steal some of that shine. You understand what I'm saying? Win or lose. If he win, he gonna take all of it. Even if he lose, he gonna take some of it. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna be like, yeah, he fought, he went the distance with Gervonta. That's gonna be something they're gonna brag about. So I feel like he gonna get a good check. It's a win-win for Ryan Garcia all the way around. And if he don't get knocked out, man, you know damn well the man say is gonna love that shit. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean, it's Tank is Tank is putting his back up against the wall to where he gotta knock Ryan Garcia out, because if you don't knock him out after doing all of that, bro, shit,
Hey, who
might
was
as well shut
Pitbull Cruz?
everything down and hide for a long time.
Who was Pitbull Cruz? Tank beat that motherfucker with one hand.
Right.
And everybody high on Pitbull Cruz right now. Not that they forget about the fact he beat you with one hand, bro.
Pitbull Cruz, to me, Pitbull Cruz, I think that Tank Davis, to me, he looked better in that fight than he did in a lot of these fights, because he did it with one hand, but he showed his boxing ability and his skills, man. And I like that. But Pitbull Cruz is a 5'3", 5'2", 5 foot, whatever he is. He's shorter than Tank, and Ryan Garcia is a whole different animal than Pitbull Cruz. Let's just,
I like Pitbull Cruz though. Pitbull
I don't think Pitbull is that good at all, to me.
Hey, when them lights came on, look here, he hit hard. He threw the hose hard.
Pitbull, he could crack, but he a one-dimensional fighter to me. But let me read these super chat. My man Chris the Plumber in the super chat, man, I appreciate you. He say Tank knows he can get KO'd by the IG model. He worried about something. Let's all be honest here. Clauses mean you want an advantage. That's is what it is. I mean, it's just plain and simple. And salute to you. My man Sean Clark says this ain't steel toe boots versus track shoes, Key. We're talking about two fighters fighting at one weight. I ain't never complained about that. Okay, we talking about clauses that one fighter. You still didn't explain to me, Sean, why one fighter wants a clause. Why he want that? You that's all I'm asking. I didn't need all that other stuff. I just asked a simple question. And I'll answer the question myself, right? It's because
hey, Key, I'm in the background, baby.
Huh?
I'm in the back. I'm here to the background, baby.
I appreciate you, my dude.
All right, man. Later.
For sure. Now, I'm gonna answer that question, right? Because y'all say that Ryan Garcia ain't shit. Ryan Garcia is weak chin. Ryan Garcia ain't nothing. Ryan Garcia is an Instagram model. Gervonta, and then y'all say that Tank Davis, he'll knock out anybody from 130 to 140 pounds. He'll knock out Terrence Crawford at 147. Y'all say that shit. He don't think all of that shit. So he looking at Ryan Garcia and he like, he's big, he dangerous, he can punch hard, and it's a chance that I could get my ass knocked out just like I could knock him out. So you know what? I'm gonna give myself I'm gonna give myself advantages because I'm the A side, to where it's less likely that I get knocked out, that I'm the one on the losing end. That's as simple as that. I'm gonna give myself, right, the advantages because I know he want to make this fight. I'm gonna give myself the advantages to where it's a very, very small percentage that I can get knocked out. I'm gonna make sure that. That's it. That's simple. Y'all can say what you want to say. But he knows that Ryan Garcia, or he feels that Ryan Garcia is dangerous. So in order, right, to give himself an advantage, he gonna do what he gotta do. That's how he feels. So y'all not in the ring fighting for Gervonta Davis. Y'all the ones that sitting typing, talking about he smashes any and everybody from 130 to 147. That's cool for y'all to be able to say that. But he ain't running around saying that shit. So that's all I'm saying, is he did it for a reason, and he knows the reason he did it. He said why he did it. He said he was doing it to give himself an advantage. He said if he could have, he would have made him fight at 126. So Tank is looking at Ryan Garcia as a serious threat. He's not looking at what the fuck y'all say he can do and what he can't do. He's not looking at what the fans say. He's looking at it like, I gotta go in the ring. I have to go in the ring against Ryan Garcia. It doesn't matter what the fans say that's gonna happen. It don't matter that the fans say I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna walk through him like wet tissue paper and I'm gonna knock him out in the first or second round. It don't matter. I gotta go in there against him. So I ain't worried about what the fucking fans say. I'm looking at this big ass dude and I know he got fast hands. I know he can crack. I know he got knockout power just like I do. And I know he's dangerous. So I'm gonna give myself an advantage to where I don't have to worry about these things. It is what it is. That's why he put those clauses in there. That's why he put those demands in there in order to make the fight. That's simple. You know, I know it's hard for some of y'all to say that and admit that, but he said it himself. He said it. Y'all ain't got to say it because he said it. He said, well, he big as shit. Y'all think I'm stupid? Do y'all think I'm stupid? Y'all think I'm just going to go in there and just fight? Hell no. I'm going to give myself every advantage I can. If I could, I'll make his ass go down to 126 pounds. That's what he said. So he told y'all that he felt that he needed an advantage, that he was going to do whatever he could do to give himself an advantage against the bigger man. And y'all still arguing? Y'all still trying to take up for what he said? He said what he said himself, right? So, I mean, all of these, he's just doing it because Ryan Garcia is on PEDs. How Ryan Garcia is on PEDs when about 2 months ago, Gervonta Davis got on camera and told y'all, matter of fact, right? When did Ryan? In January, we in February, March, 2 months ago, Gervonta Davis said that Ryan Garcia had already started drug testing 2 months ago. So that means if Ryan Garcia was already drug tested in January, they don't fight until April, February, March. So February, March, April. So he already tested more than 3 months. This man tested more than 3 months. When the fight come about, he'll be tested, had more than 3 months of drug testing. So for y'all to be like, oh, well, it's because he thinks that Ryan Garcia is on PEDs. No, he don't. Because he already came out 2 months ago and said that Ryan Garcia ain't on PEDs because he was already getting drug tested. Oh, Sean Clark, my bad. I'm going to scroll up. I didn't see it. I got you, Sean. He said I missed one of his super chats. So that's the answer. Is y'all acting like that he's invincible and he's Superman and he feels like that he is invincible. You know what I'm saying? He feels like that it is a chance that fighting Ryan Garcia, something, you know what I'm saying, dangerous could happen. He ain't supposed to. A fighter's never gonna come out and tell you that shit just straight out. But he pretty much did. Sean Clark says, this ain't steel toe boots versus, I read that, versus track. We're talking about two fighters fighting at one weight. I read that. I had already read that. Did I miss something else? Okay. Oh, okay. This one. He says Tank knows Ryan can take the hit if he want to rehydrate. Could be. He said could be a flex as much as being scared. Y'all that saying he's scared want to believe that. I don't believe he's scared. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel some people say, oh, because he's scared. I don't believe that he's doing that because he's scared. Just like I said, I believe that he's doing it because he knows that the man is a dangerous fighter. And he knows that there's a chance that he could get knocked out just as well as he could knock out Ryan Garcia. So he wants to give himself, you know what I'm saying? He wants to give himself the advantage, right? To lessen the odds of him being able to get knocked out. If a fighter comes in a fight weight drain, it's a fact that their punch resistant leaves. They can't take body punches. They can't take face punches because they don't have no punch resistance like that. They fade in the later down in the fight, right? As the fight go on, they start fading. They're not as strong. And so all of that, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck said that Wilder had a rehydration clause in the heavyweight division? Whoever the fuck said that shit, you need to take a long ass nap. Whoever said Wilder ain't never had no rehydration clause. Bro, Mark Miller, you need to go take a long ass nap. See, this is the things that diehard fans of a fighter does. This man is trying to come in here defending Gervonta Davis when he don't need to be defended because he said why he did it himself, right? So he's trying to come in here and defend Gervonta Davis, and he said that Wilder had a rehydration clause. I'm telling you, these dudes will say anything. These dudes that come in here and say anything to defend the fighter that they love. That man, Gervonta Davis, is rich in the bitch. He got more money than everybody in this fucking chat. I guarantee you he do. He got more money than anybody in this chat right now. So you think that he needs you to do all that extra shit to defend him. He don't need that. So I think that all these stipulations, Oscar De La Hoya, he pretty much won't even say that Ryan Garcia is going to knock out Tank. His own promoter now is pretty much showing that he don't believe that Ryan Garcia can win this fight. He don't. Nobody around Ryan Garcia can believe that he's going to win this fight. And really, the way that you kind of see Ryan Garcia energy change, he didn't even want to say that he was going to knock out Tank now. He was saying all that shit before, talking about, oh, I promise I'm knocking him out in the second round and all that shit. He backed up off of that statement. He don't even feel confident as he did before. I could look at Ryan Garcia and tell that now that the fight is happening, he don't look as confident as he did before. So to me, that shit takes steam out of the fight for me. Like, I was hyped about this fight before. I was hella hyped, like, man. But it's like, I'm looking at the fight and I'm like, this motherfucker ain't got a chance in hell. I don't like watching fights where I know one fighter ain't got a chance in hell. Brian Francis says Oscar never believed he would win. And you know what I'm saying? And you probably right. But I think now it's even more so he don't believe it. Curtis Robinson says Kenny Porter / Calvin suggested. I don't believe that because Gervonta Davis, when he talked about the rehydration clause, he didn't say my team suggested I should have a rehydration clause. He said that he wanted it. He said that he himself, if he had a choice, he would have made him fight at 126. Fuck it. So I'm not going to put that on Kenny Porter and Calvin because Tank didn't do it. Tank said he wanted it. But with all that being said, y'all, I appreciate everybody that came through. Make sure that y'all smash the like button. You know, at the end of the day, the fight's still going on. It is what it is. I think that Ryan Garcia a damn fool for signing it. I know that he would have, you know, people would have crucified him if he had pulled out of the negotiations and said that it was because of the clause. Everybody would have shitted on him. But you go in there, and if you weight drain and you get knocked out, everybody gonna shit on you anyway, dog. Ain't nobody gonna give him credit for taking the fight. The only way you're gonna get credit if you go in there and you win the fight. And that's a slim chance. If you saying that you're not going in there at 100%, that's a slim chance. You're not finna win this fight. So that's the only way that people are going to give you credit anyway if you go in there and win the fight. If you had pulled out of the fight, they were going to shit on you just as much as they going to shit on you if you go in there and get your ass knocked out. Lori Reed says, Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford wouldn't say that. They wouldn't suggest for him to put a rehydration clause in there. And she knows Kenny and she knows Calvin personally. Right? So you go in there and get knocked out, you're not finna get no respect. People not gonna say, oh, well, at least Ryan Garcia took the fight. Everybody that was hating on your ass before, it's gonna give them more reason to put up memes and shit on your ass if you go in there and get knocked out. They gonna call you a supermodel and a bitch and all type of shit. You know, you can't defeat the internet. So, Ryan Garcia, you got one more choice to make. And all I gotta say, dog, is make your next move your best move. Make your next move your best move. If I'm Ryan Garcia, I tell them fuck that rehydration clause, and I come in and I rehydrate to whatever the fuck I gotta rehydrate to. Call off the fight if you don't want to. If you that bold, call off the motherfucking fight. Come in the fight. That's on you, dog. If you go in there, if you go in there and you get knocked out, I'm gonna say it right now. Don't use the rehydration clause as an excuse, because if you really want to win, tell them fuck your rehydration clause and go in and weigh what you want to weigh. Take whatever. If they want to stop the fight on fight day, they ain't gonna do that shit. It's too much money for them to pull out of the fight and stop the fight on fight night. You gonna get fined. You gonna get a big fine. But you'll get the respect that you want if you can go in and you can at least last 12 rounds, or you fuck around and you can get the win. But I don't want to hear no excuses if you do get knocked out and you say it's because you was weight drained, because now you got one more decision to make. Do I go through and do I do all these do I weigh in the morning of the fight and do I weigh in again before I go to the ring? Or do I tell them, fuck you and fuck y'all rehydration clause, this how much I weigh, and y'all do whatever y'all want to do about it? That's it. That's all. With that being said, I appreciate everybody that came through. Smash the like button. And we will be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We will be back cooking. And like I said, smash the like button before we get up out of here. There you go, talking that boxing again. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gone.